Hello, and welcome back.
I almost forgot to turn on the mic. I caught myself just when you were about to open your lap. I'm like, hang on, I gotta get it. Welcome, folks. It's great to have you in here. And do we have some news for you? You are not going to want to miss, folks.
Oh, yes. That is something really interesting to talk about. And as always, we jump on our Thursday nights sometimes in the evening after we have done our game earlier today, because we want to keep you informed. We're here, YouTubers helping YouTubers.
That's right, folks, and we shouldn't be on for too long tonight, so let's get them in here. We're going to get into it in just a few minutes. I just want to give time for everybody to come in that is coming, and if you guys can help us, let them know, because you know what YouTube has been like lately. If you can hit the like button, tweet out, tell friends, all the good stuff. My God, best friend, your thread is in here. Well, it's always a surprise. There she is. There's our sweetie, past guest of ours. Friend for a long time. Great to see you. Jennifer Hayes, how are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Patches and Potholes, how are you? Good to see you. Ornob is in the house. How you doing? Flowback. Happy Lux is in, folks. We draw our members of the week, and Happy Lux was the winner of the Wrenched Up group of the week. That's right. And pleasure to have you in here. The Trips are here. Rants with Rogers in here. Pixel Master Kira, Mudnut Reviews. We got Casey Green, Cubs Den, My Non-Traditional Life, The Trips, Daisy's Place, Collab City, Mom is the Bomb, Cubs Den, Michael Anchors, Music Official, JC Boo's Art. We have, who else am I missing? Camp Survivor in here.
Wait. We'll have to say hi to each and every one of them. I mean, they have been here for a second time, some of them.
We still got to say hi. Drew's Food Reviews, how are you? Wasn't here today. There you go. Best friend in your thread certainly wasn't here today, so I'm saying big hi to her. Vocal Illuminati, how are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Professor Perseverance, Construction Cronies. Folks, you're not going to want to miss this. I like to think of it as, I'm even scared of using the words right now because I don't want to trigger.
Don't.
I don't want to trigger the coin, but you're not going to want to miss this. It's not going to be long, but it's something all YouTubers need to see. Proof upon proof upon proof, if I may say so myself. And I think it's going to be very important. This will solidify anything we've been talking about lately and that. Maturish, how are you? Great to see you. Bacchus, how you doing? Look at all these fine folks. Look at all these fine folks. It's a pleasure to have you in.
That's right. Well, we're going to say hi to you and each and every one of you, as always, in our regular roll call. So even if you are here for a second time, we acknowledge you're here. And if it's your first time, well, welcome here and say hi. In the meantime, if we can ask you, as always, to click that like button and share it out. We did a little bit of investigation here. We love doing that on our spare time. Wink. This is what we do here, by the way, and we just had to share it with you guys. And there you go. There is a hype. There is a hype going on, and if you're new here, I would suggest you cover your ears because it's time for Super Sticker Super Chat, and that only means one thing: that construction cronies. Super Sticker Super Chat. 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 Thank you so much for that, Super Sticker Super Chat. Construction cronies, thank you so much for that hype.
You got to round up. You got to round up. That's what you wanted to do. Yeah. Well, you definitely got it out of her. There you go. The Gambler After Dark, how are you? Great to see you, Bougie Boy 2001. How you doing? Ashley Beauty is in the house. Folks, this is something you're going to want to know as a YouTuber. We've been sitting on this for a little bit till we could get more proof on it, and now is the time. So it's great to have you in here. Hope you're doing fantastic. A-Space for 3, how are you? Welcome. Folks, if you can just take a minute, hit the like button, tweet it out. We're only 3 minutes into it. We're just going to give a couple more minutes for everybody to get into it, and then we're going to jump right into our topic. We're not going to be on for too long tonight, but wanted to bring this to you folks' attention, and once we had some real proof behind us for it. Danielle, a.k.a. Danny D, how are you? Welcome. Hedge Plays, how are you? I'm looking around.
Yes, say hi in the chat. If we missed you, say hi in the chat. We want to say hi and we want to welcome you here into our chat. Pikachu Boss, hello, how are you? Gaming Rubik with Liam here as well. Mom is the Bob. Hello, welcome here.
I gotta say, that's such a great channel name. I just, as a side note, I absolutely love it. I really do.
That it is. Guys, well, we hope that you are well as it can be here. And we're here, as always, for a little bit of entertainment and a little bit of education.
And folks, don't forget to keep an eye out on the old bot cam because it might be busy. So I'm just letting you know. Keep an eye on that. Right, where's it? There you go. Well, down. I can't point all the way down, and then my hand disappears. But you get what I'm talking about. You see it right there. The old bot cam. So if you see the number holding and there's people saying hi and the number won't go up, we all know what's going on. That's right. Courtesy of our other side of fans.
And we have Marilyn, art designer, who's saying we learn a lot here. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for saying that. We hope so. We're here, YouTubers, helping YouTubers just like you here on the same platform as you are. And therefore, it is so beneficial for us and for you to share what we know and to be open with each other.
Oh, sorry. I'm shaking your stuff.
Well, that's okay. We have an earthquake here. Remember? An earthquake. Hitting that like button. Share it out. There you go. That might be a little bit better. Caller City, hello. How are you? Space for 3, hello. How are you doing? Dalton Drona Discovery Zone. Hello. I don't know what happened here with my little thingy here, but that's okay. Aussie Alchemist, hello and good morning.
I realize now I lowered it a while ago because I was having to fix some stuff and I forgot to put it back up. So there you go. So there you go. There's the answer. All on me. Aussie, hope you're doing fantastic. You're just here to watch me have to take the blame and stuff. Interesting that the graph is now part of the setup. You won't have to keep flipping to the way. Exactly. It was like, you know what? We got to watch it all, so might as well just do that. So they're a little braver right now. As you notice, people are saying hi all the time, but it won't let it go past 60. Yeah. YouTube is not known for doing that.
Well, we are so used to it. It's almost like part of...
We're used to it, but it's not that YouTube does it, is what I'm saying.
No, YouTube is not doing it whatsoever. My goodness.
Compliments of our third-party douches.
That's right. Shiba Speaks. Hello, how are you doing? Call Up CD. Hello, and welcome here. How are you doing? Ransus Rogers joining us as well. Camp Survivor. Hello, how are you? And Pixel Master Kira, the lucky Pixel Master Kira.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Well. What do you think it's time?
Yeah, we're just about to get into it. Let me say hi to everybody in here, folks. Give me a second. I'm going to say hi to everybody. We're going to get into it. Folks, we got some real amazing stuff here that you need to see. Like I said, we were waiting for the right kind of proof to be able to talk about it. So it's great to have you in here, folks. Yeah, don't want to miss it. We're not going to be on for too long tonight, so don't move a muscle. Instead, help us get more people in so they can hear the message as well. We have Trish's motivational moment in the house. We got the Trips. The Gambler After Dark is in the house. I can't do it without more echo. Even though we're doing this, I got to do this part with the echo. There we go. There we go. Alrighty, folks, I want to say hi to Trish's motivational moment. We have the Trips in the house. The Gambler After Dark. The Artist Devil. Sheba Speaks. Scotty's Backyard BBQ. Rants with Rogers. Professor of Perseverance. We got Pixel Master Kira. We got Chua Boss 77. Welcome. We have Ozzy Aclamus in the house. We got Orna. We got Old Times. My Non-Traditional Life is here, folks. Mom is Bomb is in the house. We have Mega Host TV. Maryland Art Design. We have Jenny O'Brien. We got JC Booze Art. We got Hedge Plays and Robert Wyde. Happy Lux, our member of the week, is in the house, folks. We got Gaming Rubik's Liam here. Expedition Greg. Drew's Food Reviews is here, folks. That's right. Double Dudes is in the house. Destination Chronicles is here. We got Dead in Sight. We got Dante Extreme 10. We got Danielle, a.k.a. Danny D. We have Dalton Drones and Discovery Zone. We got Construction Cronies in the house, folks. We got Computer Chick Productions with us. We have Collab City. We have Carpenter Rick. We got Camp Survivor. Bougie Boy 2001. Beyond the Veil Investigation. Best Friend in Your Thread is in the house. Bacchus is here, folks. That's right. Ace Pass for 3 is here. We have Anne Marie's Life at Home. And Amazing Mom Life, and I know some got missed. The list is going nuts, folks. So if we missed you, please just say hi, highlight our name, and we'll definitely give you a big hello. And once again, if you can hit the like button first, please, that really helps us more than you'll ever know. And if you can tweet it out, that even goes right through the roof. YouTube is not telling many people. We'll talk about that as well. We'll touch on that. So if you can help us out through Twitter, that makes a world of difference. That helps us supplement what YouTube is not doing. And believe me, if you've been checking your impressions for most of us, it is not doing what it should be doing. So
Definitely. And that's part of what we're going to talk about today as well. And of course, our little mini investigation here for you as well. Now, if you are a member of our chat, I just want to let you know that most likely I'm going to be posting some extra stuff afterwards that we unfortunately can't show during the live stream because of the reasons that we're going to be telling you about. So stick around, don't go anywhere, and share it out. Now, an interesting fact, My Non-Traditional Life was doing a poll with her audience, and I want to share with you, if you missed that in the chat, wanting to cover a certain topic, and her audience polled not to. And it is an interesting a bit of information, and I think really people are just tired.
Yeah.
People are just tired. Just a little bit of share for you guys in the chat if you are somebody who is thinking about doing that. And that's also something that we're going to be talking about today. Now, it is a shorter live stream today.
Yep.
So don't go anywhere. Don't switch to another window. Don't go making your supper. We are not going to be here for long. Stick around.
Very proud of this, folks. We got some proof. That's something I've been looking for a while, and this one I'm really proud of. Xenia did a great job of digging up even more resources into it. So
you did as well.
So I think it's going to be really interesting. Drunk Kings in Darwin, my kids say they can't see me either. I just move on. Morning, guys. Hope you're well. We are doing great. Morning to you. Hope you're doing well. And Witch Girl Exploring UK, great to see you. I will mention, though, folks, you see some people with badges in front of their names. They are members of the channel. We've been just a little over a month, and we're over 110 strong already and growing. Very proud of that. Very happy about that. And there's the link right there to check out memberships. That gives us a chance, because you know what? Something's even too delicate to talk about on YouTube. We can move it all over and have a little chat on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram and all those things. Gives you access to members-only Facebook group, as well as unlisted streams. You get badges in front of your name that change over time, plus custom emojis. Xenia last week was doing a animated GIF in Canva. She went live. We also go live to talk. And we're going to be even doing more tutorials like that where you can actually ask us more about what we're doing. Quicksilver, how you doing? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Video Colin Show Jim is back in the house. I have 15 YouTube tabs open. Is that going to be a problem?
Well, it might if you want to conserve internet, according to some sources.
Irvin the Paid Tourist, how are you?
Hey, so good to see you.
It's been a while. Hope you're doing well.
Mary's World, how are you doing? JC Booze Art, hello and welcome here. Spacey, wow, yes. Welcome
Yeah,
here.
what podcast? Yeah, exactly. We got tired of flipping around the screen to show people what's going on, so we just decided to make it a fixture for a while. So there you go, bot cam. Hey, Elena, how are you? Great to see you. Thank you so much for sharing us out. It is greatly appreciated. Folks, I think it's just about time to get into it. Like we said, we don't want to be on long tonight. Want you guys to get all the information, so we were going to jump right into it, I think. We're good to go?
Yes, and I just want to mention, guys, that we're definitely going to be timestamping this afterwards and putting some additional resources in the description down below, as we always do with these type of live streams. So if you are looking for some extra information or you want to check it out for yourself, you're going to be able to do it after the live stream is uploaded. So come back, leave a comment, and check for those resources right there afterwards.
And if you really want to help us out, folks, while you go do that, if you can just leave an on-topic comment when you come back, that helps to get more traction. We are, like everybody else, struggling a bit through what's going on lately. So if you can do that, that would be absolutely appreciated. So,
and yes,
Oh,
just a
Destination
reminder for you
Chronicles.
to cover your ears, because it's time for Super Sticker Super Chat, Super Sticker Super Chat, Super Sticker Super Chat, Super Sticker Super Chat, Super Sticker Super Chat. What's David always and forever? Hey you, thank you. How are you doing? Thank you so much for that Super Sticker Super Chat. Thank you.
do appreciate it.
Now,
do appreciate
let's shake it up a little bit, Destination Chronicles. Don't leave your seat. Don't move your fingers only as far as if you're sharing it. Okay, so Internation here as well.
Hey.
Mad Russian scientist. Hello.
Welcome. Good.
Well. Let's jump on it. What do you think?
All right, let's go into it. So,
Yeah.
we talked about where to go. Now I'm not sure if we should do it that way or not. You want to kick off and then I'll jump back into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it. Just jumping on. Happy Hunter, how are you doing? Get better back. Pack a lunch. Hello.
I want to just, one last thing, folks. We are going to be talking about current events and stuff like that. Please, for the respect of our channel, do not use any of the main words associated with what's going on lately. Please, we've had enough trouble with Yellow Coin. We're going to explain even more why in just a few minutes. So please have a great conversation here. That's what's the best part when you guys are doing that. But just please avoid talking about it directly using the main words. Thank you so much, because we will remove them, even remove wrenches, time out the whole thing if it is done. It's for the sake of our channel. Oji-san Draws, how are you? Great to see you.
And apparently I'm low on caffeine. Well, I have a full cup right here, so thank you so much. Okay. So let's begin with a little bit of history here for those of you that are fond of that. For those of you that don't know, or maybe that were born not so long ago, and sometimes when you're born, like, history doesn't exist before you. There are 7 dirty words, 7 English language words that were used back 40 years ago all across English TV stations and radio stations. They weren't really used because they were words that you were not supposed to say, show, or do anything with. So basically were the words that were taken out of the dictionary for anybody doing TV, radio, and so on. The 7 words that I'm not gonna say right now because we would like to keep that green coin. But I will put the link down in the description. Now, there was a really funny monologue by comedian George Carlin in 1972, which is really cool, and if you want to search that on YouTube, check it out. It really talks about that. Well, since then, those 7 words have expanded into thousands of words. And really, it is hard sometimes to keep track of them, and we're going to help you do that, especially in the times like now. At the time, words were censored, highly inappropriate and unsuitable for broadcast on public airwaves, and now it also touches YouTube. So what are we talking about? We are talking about the words that you shouldn't be using in your titles, in your descriptions, in your tags, or even you shouldn't be talking about at all, because you can risk not only using the coin, and maybe you might not care about it if you're not monetized, but you might get shadowbanned. Now let's see if we're going to get that coin or not. That's right. We're going to talk about what does it mean, and can you actually detect when you are hidden from everyone or from limited amount of people. You see, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all social medias across, although they are denying it, they are filtering out some unwanted content.
And I got the smoking gun. I'm so proud of it. Actually, it was supposed to be one site. I've been sitting on this for a couple of weeks, and I got 2 sites now, 2 sites about it. So you're not going to want to miss this.
That's right. And yes, Ed. Well, what it happens? What is shadow banning? You might wonder if you that's the first time you ever heard about it. Content is harder to find. People actually have to purposely look for the exact wording of your video. And when it's shadow banned, it means that you don't know about it. Now, as you know, YouTube has come up last year with 4 R's: remove, erase, reward, and reduce. It sounds all nice and pretty, 4 R's to improve our content here and interactions. But the reduction part, in fact, is a hidden shadow banning without really admitting to it. YouTube says we're reducing recommendations of the content that brushes up against our policies, and YouTuber is not notified about them. So that's exactly what is happening. Now, how do you know if your content is shadow banned? That's exactly what Andrew's going to be talking about today.
All right, folks. Okay, we're going to jump in this part, and then we'll go back, and we're going to kind of be ping-ponging back and forth here. So I'm going to bring up the first one. This is the one that just came to us. What was that, 2 days ago, I think it was in? Okay, this channel... Actually, no, I'm better off showed from this side. Okay, here we go. Let's go to full view. All right, folks. This is a channel that I was following. They stopped making content for over a year, called Up North of 60. As you can see, they have over 60,000. That's kind of what do they say? Apropos, over 60,000 because they're called Up of North 60. That's just a coincidence. But as you can see with their videos, they stopped. 2 years ago, and there they go, which is really a year, and so it's just because of the way YouTube adds up. Started with winter wall tent, and then they got 11,000. And then his videos got shooting up again, 1.9 million, 123,000, 134,000, 119, 50. You get where I'm going with this. Came in the other night, and I was talking about his video. And I was surprised. Now, remember I said I don't want you guys using any of the words included with what's going on in recent events. Here's why. So please don't answer this. Just use your imagination. There's a word associated with all this right now that starts with Q. And some people have already argued and said, oh, no, but that's not directly involved. That has nothing to do with it. Winter tent camping at first had that Q word into it. That's why they were out in their tent, because they were queued away from everybody. Well, he came in and I said, I was looking for it. He said, you removed it, because I made note of that. I was surprised he went with it. And he said, yeah, and I had to remove it. Winter tent camping, when it had the Q into it, in the first hour had 9,000 views. Then the next hour had 1,000 views. The next hour after it had 500 views, and so on, until it basically within a couple hours was off the scale from YouTube. Didn't exist anymore. Basically wasn't recommending it to except a few core probably of his subscribers, and even at that at best. So he realized right away what it was doing, so he removed the word, then took it out, any reference to it, and just called it winter tent camping. And in 12 hours, his video picked up steam. Now then it went all the way up to 78,000. That was only 4 days ago. He might have even gotten more out of it had he not put it in at all, because it's still stuff at that time. And remember, anything is evergreen growth, and even live streams do have it. We always say with videos, live streams have it. It's just extremely high up and extremely high down very quickly, where videos tend to go more on a sort of an incline, depending how popular your channel is, the topic, etc., and the sharper the incline as it goes. So your 24 hours are extremely crucial in the algorithm seeing if your video is worth pushing more. And by doing that, that actually stunted the growth onto it. It actually stopped its growth, for lack of a better term, because it went for about an hour, then the algorithm probably picked up and said, hey, that word's in here. That's it. We're done. We're putting the kibosh on this. So after he took it out, it took about 12 hours for it to start getting momentum again. Now he got his momentum back and got it to 78,000. Had he not had it in the first place, maybe he would have had 100, 120. You look at his views, it takes him a couple days, but it tends to go in that pattern. So this is what we're talking about when not to use these words in it and what it can do to your channel. And I thought it was very gracious of him to actually let us talk about it and stuff like that. I asked him, and he was all fine with it. So this was a really, really good example of what happens when you try to buck the system with YouTube and what happens with the sensitivity law. In short, YouTube has a policy for sensitive subjects. And to sum it up in a very easy to understand terms, avoid it. If it's a sensitive topic, avoid it, because YouTube does not want to be associated with it in any shape or form. So it's easier for it to just be extremely conservative and basically cut most things out. If they talk about it, we're not touching it. Yes, some of the big, gigantic YouTubers are getting some push, but you know what? Even for them, they're sometimes not even getting close to the numbers they usually get on a video, so it's not really paying off. They're more doing it as kind of a public service and putting their channel in a bit of peril so they can help out. But remember, they have access to YouTube staff at a very high level that can help them rectify stuff if need be. We don't. It's very easy for them to just brush us under the table. You know channels from here. We've seen that happen. Channels that have lost their channels, been community striked and out for 90 days from live stream, all these things. And it's not that they were in the wrong, they were in the right, but what's the use of the right if you can't fight it? Then it's not worth it. I mean, it's just not worth the trouble is the basic message to all this. And this is a channel of over 60,000. It's not a gigantic channel, but it's also not small. It's not like us. So it just shows you even on that level how much it hit. So that was really interesting to come in the other night. And once again, a big shout out to Up North of 60 for allowing us to discuss that and everything and answer questions about it so we could really get a feel. So now comes one of my favorite ones I come across. I'm a big person for documentaries. I think it's fair to say Xenia and I both are. Now, I love heavy machinery. I watch a lot of that in my spare time. That's another one of my guilty pleasures when I'm going to bed, stuff like that. And I came across this channel. I know their other channel. Let me get the name of it here just so I have it. Free Documentary. I've watched it before. It's a channel based out of Germany. Now, what you're going to see on this page, folks, I'm not going to be able to discuss about the channels, and I cannot have you using the words, or once again, it will get time. We're not putting our channel in jeopardy. It's already hard enough that we're discussing this. I just don't want to push it any further. So once again, I appreciate your understanding in advance and not discussing the actual words and that you think are causing the problem on this. But I think it's really important for you to see this. Okay. This one is their subsidiary. It's called Welt Documentary. Now, we're talking about, if you do things in the right way, the right context, it should be okay, but yet YouTube doesn't understand that. Now, Welt Documentary has covered a lot of things here, and because it's based out of Germany, it's covered a lot of the moments in history, as you can guess by black and white, and being out of Germany, you can guess what they've talked about. Not in a bad way, no such thing. It's just documented history and actually the perils that came with it. It's not supporting it. Now, I want to show you the views. This channel has 99.2 thousand subscribers. First video, 444 views. 1 day ago, 357, 820, 768. Do you see where I'm going with this? But then it tries to go a little bit into it, but it's got a foot in each path here right now with the tanks. 18K. Then right before that, 811, 827, 1K, 648, 487, 633. Most of you channels in here are getting better views than this channel on almost 100,000 subscribers. And why is that, you ask? Well, we're going to scroll down a little bit. I want to show you something. Now, if you'll notice here, you see there's a colored thumbnail, and it says Mega Tow Trucks. Right before it was a video that got 2.1K. One right after it got 1.4K. This one has 1.1 million views in 3 weeks. 1.1 million views in 3 weeks. Now, if we go back even more, 2.1, 2.5, 535,000, talking about the Airbus A350. Then before that, 1.2, 1.7. Then right before that was space, 15,000 views. But as you can see, it covered a bunch of topics ahead of it that probably brought it down at the time. And then it talks about submarines with an actual documentary, 358,000. You have stealth technology at 606,000. This is exactly what YouTube is talking about. These ones that aren't covering the sensitive topics are getting the push. Harvesting Giants, 370,000. And right after it, 728 views. Then goes back to space again. Satellites on a mission from Earth, 31,000. The next one after it, talking about another moment in history, 2.6K. And the longer it goes on, the longer they kind of pay for it where it goes on. Now these other ones, because it's a big channel, are getting noticed. And they're getting coverage. And they got good search terms in all of them. It's not just limited to that one. Good tagging and everything else. And this is exactly the smoking gun, if you will, that YouTube is shadow banning. These videos fall under sensitive topics, so they're just not going to let them get out there. But the ones that aren't are. Look at Mega Diesel Machines. 2 months ago, 1 million views. The next day, 286 views. The day before it, 506. Okay. Let's just do this timeline. Let's go over to BMW motorcycles. 915,000 views. The next day, 444, 798, 506, and 1 million. Now, yes, they're built up over time. These videos are 2 months old and that, but nonetheless, so were the other ones as well. And why are these ones have such gigantic views and the other ones don't?
Exactly. Well, and as you see, the videos are not removed. They most likely haven't got any strikes. They are not removed. They're still there. The whole purpose of shadow banning is allowing you as a creator to continue post whatever you want to post, but they actually hide the exposure of your videos to the algorithm, and therefore it is so hard to find it unless you actually go directly to the channel itself. It doesn't come up in searches. It doesn't come in suggested home page or subscriber. It literally disappears from the surface of YouTube unless you go directly to the channel, or it is super hard to find it when you search for it.
And Bacchus, they built up a lot before they did it. So it looks like they're getting more on the individual videos. It can happen to the channel as well, and it has happened many times as well. And thank you for bringing that up. I'm glad you asked that because I really wanted to cover that. Please understand, your channel can also get it. And it's harder when you're smaller to come out of it. That's the whole problem because you're starting off, say you have, 1,000 or 3,000 or 500. If they decide to kind of shadow ban your channel, then you're just sitting in the water. There's nowhere left to go. So it can happen to your channel. Most definitely it can. That's just because it's longer. Journalists love to see long videos. Not sure. Oh, no, believe you me. This is viewed all around the world. Checking onto it, believe me. I checked all that stuff as well to see if there was any catches. And we've seen it happen before. It just was a great channel actually both are great examples of how that can happen. So that's why I was glad when it came about. It was after north of 60, up north of 60. It gave me two channels to really bring to you. But we've seen it lots of times before. This one really illustrates it so well. And with a bigger channel, you get to see as they're able to continue on, you see more of that pattern over a length of time. Hey there, Paul Peck Drywall and Dano's Toolbox and every one of you. It's great to have you. Can you please hit the like button, folks? It really helps us out a lot. Bless you.
Sorry about that. I was trying to catch it. Well, sometimes when there is more videos that are banned, shadow banned, than there are videos that are not, that's when your channel itself can fall into the shadow ban as well, because obviously YouTube AI considers you being not quality content or the content that they would like to see on their platform. It doesn't apply only to YouTube. It applies to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and they have all each own things that they are shadow banning altogether. Like Instagram have a list of certain hashtags that you shouldn't be using, and if you do, you are literally disappear from their search whatsoever. So does with Twitter and things like that. Now, YouTube has a whole list of those, and why we're bringing back this, because we mentioned, I think, in 2 live streams, 40 pages of the words that you shouldn't be using. But it is super, super important to refresh this, especially nowadays, because we see more and more people are using the global events as their titles, as their descriptions and tags, and some of them do that, but just because of wanting to share their experience. Some of them are wanting to do a clickbait. There are different reasons of doing that. Nevertheless, YouTube is choosing and picking who they are shadow banning, who they are demonetizing, and who they are letting to post and expose their content about the global, things going on right now. There is a whole list that is created by several YouTubers in a collaboration, and I'm not going to put it in the chat right now, but I'm going to add it in the link down below in description afterwards, that is constantly updated with words that you shouldn't be using. Now, sometimes, and if you haven't heard any of our previous live streams before, you might be surprised that sometimes the words that are shadow banned, or the words that might get you in a yellow coin, which literally is meaning the same thing, although YouTube is not admitting to that, are the words that you wouldn't even thought about that. For example, the name of our daughter is in a yellow list. I just discovered it today.
We can't do a video with our daughter in the name, in the title, or anything like that, in the thumbnail, in the description. It can get us shadow banned.
Yeah.
Our daughter's name.
You wouldn't and it's nothing like super different.
It's an old traditional name, actually.
That's right. Sometimes the names of the cities can be shadow banned, especially nowadays when we have different places around the world that are in the center of it. There already have been lists of cities and places that were in the yellow coin and in the potential of shadow ban before, but especially now they have added more and more of those words, more and more of those locations and words you shouldn't be using right now if you don't want to risk to get shadow banned. As we said, yellow coin, you might think, well, it is monetization only. No, it goes tightly together with you being suggested by YouTube, and your biggest growth comes from YouTube suggestions, not anything else really. So if you're not suggested by YouTube because you are yellow coined, and they're not suggesting you because they rather choose to suggest content that is advertiser friendly, that makes sense, doesn't it? Then they are literally suppressing you altogether. Even if you are not monetized, you're not in a YPP program, it doesn't matter. You just don't get visible. And thank you so much. I seen the super chat going. Super chat. Thank you so much. I had to do that. Expedition Grab, thank you so much.
She made a liar of me. I said she'd do them at the end. There you go. Non-traditional life asked a good question if it pertains as well to community posts and that. This stuff pertains to anything with YouTube. How much of an effect we don't know with the community, but it is when anything that goes with YouTube on videos and stuff is the same rules apply to all its other media, whether it's stories or community tab, etc. Even us with our members only streams, we have to follow the exact same guidelines as we do with any other live stream. It doesn't give us any extra leeway that we can well, I shouldn't say that. We're not worried about yellow coins, so we can talk a little bit more and stuff, but it doesn't mean it's a free-for-all. It doesn't mean we can't get taken down or anything like that.
Yeah, we can still get a strike or community guidelines or copyright, anything like that still applies even to unlisted memberships.
Agreed, Rod. Agreed. Yes, Stu Torres, thank you so very much. Jack Knight Finnegan, how are you? Great to see you. If you're just coming in now, I hope you guys will come back later and watch the beginning. We're going to timestamp it and get to see firsthand what happens when channels are shadow banned. I think these are really great examples. I'm so excited to share it with you guys. I was like a eureka moment when I called example.
And those are only a couple of examples. And as you see, that is a Relaxation TV. That example that Andrew brought it is a bigger YouTuber. It is not a smaller YouTuber. So what happens is that YouTube literally is picking and choosing who they are letting to have the content slip through and who they're not. Now, how they're choosing that, we all have heard about the P-scores. Who knows? Maybe it's that, maybe it's something else. So that's why sometimes you do see videos that are getting through that, and the same as you do see copyright material that is getting through there without the strike. The question is, do you want to risk it? Now, it is good to know the information, educate yourself, and then choose with calculated risk if you want to take it on or not. Remember, the more content like that you're acquiring on your channel, the more chances your channel are going to be suppressed altogether. And then later on, you're going to have a question, why am I not growing anymore? Well, that's probably why.
Camp Survivor, you can even get it from naming some major cities in North America that have no swear words in them whatsoever, just because they're on the list. I don't know how much more we can put it. Our daughter's name is a very traditional name, and it will get us yellow coined for using it.
And it just was added just recently. Now, this list that I'm going to be adding afterwards, in the description. It updates all the time. The YouTubers that does a call out, they actually, it's part of a research that they are doing and have been doing it for, almost a year now. And it constantly gets updated with words, so you're going to be constantly seeing the words that are experimental, the words that are under question, the words that have been confirmed to be in this list. So it's something that you can keep for your own titles and descriptions, so you might want to avoid those words. I just want to remind you guys, it applies to everybody. No, not only if you are monetized, it applies to everyone. So if you are wondering if all of a sudden your likes are dropping, your views are dropping, and I'm not talking gradually, maybe literally people are just disliking your content. Who knows? There are different reasons why it happens. But if all of a sudden it drops, that's a valid reason to think about.
Would you like to talk about that slide?
Just recently some of YouTubers have come up also with some of the data saying that in this last month their CPM rates have dropped around 30 to 50%. Now you might ask, what is CPM? That basically means how much money do you get per thousand of views of your ad or your video. Different YouTubers have different rates. So, some have $1, some has $15, depending on their audience and so on. But that's basically your ad revenue. Now, they have reported that it's been dropped, and part of it, obviously, we all know the global situation economically wise, and some of the advertising companies have dropped their rates altogether, but they also add that it has been as a result from videos not being exposed the way they usually are. And I don't know if Andrew is showing now. You are? Yeah. Right now, the screenshot of these examples where actual YouTubers are complaining to YouTube and showing examples of where not only it wasn't directly talking about the situation that is going on around the world, but just lightly touching on it. Like one of the examples was actually talking about the tech industry. And I know also Linus Tech Tips that we often mention have been talking about that as well, not being able to talk about the effects of the global situation of the tech industry exactly because of that, because YouTube just suppresses the video content of that kind altogether. So yes, please avoid using these certain words, and I'm going to post the exact wording list in our membership Facebook. Unfortunately, I can't do that here just because we don't want to get our channel under the risk, but I will put the link to the whole list so you can go and research yourself. But that is what is happening. This is not a hearsay. That is not something that we're guessing. This is happening all across for bigger and for smaller YouTubers. And the things that you do see that are there on the platform is literally the result of pick and choose from YouTube, and not because it doesn't. It's not true, so to say. There you go.
And once again, folks, like I say, you can see it right here. This was a channel I was showing quickly. You can go back and watch the full story about it, but you can see the channel, the videos where they didn't touch sensitive subjects, the difference in views going from 506 to 1 million back to 286 over and over again, 2.7K to 370,000 back to 728, and so on and so forth. It just shows you that the YouTube policy at work, and this is a channel at almost 100,000. And as well, our friend who was here the other night, up north of 60, who used the Q word, which is going around a lot. Everybody's been Q because what's going on. You can see why we don't want to say it, and we don't want it in the chat. And had winter tent camping, and had the Q word in there, and his video in the first hour got 9,000. Algorithm picked on it the next hour, got 1,000, and then 500, and pretty much was going to burn out until he changed it and got rid of it all. And then it took about 12 hours for him to get steam again. But you can go back and catch more of the explanation on that. And I hope you will. I think there's a lot of great info. Hey, a guy in a bike. Hello to everybody that's in here. Just having the words on your thumbnail hurts most definitely. The algorithm can pick up onto it. We showed already. There is a video. You can go back and watch a live stream where we showed the AI vision. And it reads what's in the thumbnail. It will tell you what it sees and all that.
It is a free Google machine that you can use to read your own thumbnails and detect what it sees, the same as AI does on YouTube.
And it's freaky, and it freaked everybody out that night, including us. Oh my God, I'm still in the car since 9 a.m. Have 8 hours to go. Nice to see. Oh my God, Pixel Pia.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Thank you so much. Now, blue collar fishing.
Hey,
wanted to
Scrapping
address,
Irish and MFCP.
and I think you jumped in after I addressed what my non-traditional life was saying, and blue collar fishing is saying that it's double-edged sword because if you talk about it, you get suppressed, but at the same time, that's everyone is talking about to get views, and if you don't talk about it, you don't get views. It's not really true. It's an assumption, and I'll tell you why. Because at first, maybe it was so, but it has been more than a couple of weeks all across the world. People are getting tired. My non-traditional life said that she did a poll, and people actually, her audience said, no, don't do a video about it because we just are fed up. We want to hear something else. And that's exactly what is happening. People are getting overexhausted with the subject being everywhere and come for a sanctuary to hear and experience something else besides that.
Which is YouTube has directly asked us to do, by the
Yes.
way. And I want to share something with you guys quickly. If I go to full view, this is a poll I did the other day. And question time in short, do you think the videos and streams you come across regarding the current state of the world are helping with good information and discussion, not helping and spreading misinformation and or profiting from it? And there you go, 33 to 67. That's the whole problem. You're right. And the problem is most are, there's some that are doing for right. Do not get me wrong. But you know what it's like on here. You can tell the ones that got gold digger right in their eyes, and they're going around talking about false claims that will cure it or keep it away, or just spreading all kinds of nonsensical junk onto it. And this is why they have to put in things that they do. YouTube is not doing it because they got nothing better to do. And I know everyone's going to say, well, it's Big Brother picking on that. And it's not like the old days and stuff. It's not like the old days anymore. They're a private company generating revenue, and they just don't want to end up on Forbes magazine with a bunch of ridiculous claims and somebody who has died because of following them and stuff like that. They just don't want to be associated with any scandals. So it's just, and the algorithm doesn't understand gray, so it's just easier not to touch it. They have so many channels. We've said that before. Their easy answer is go away. Don't come back. Be mad because we got a ton more channels here already, more than we know what to do with. That's the simple truth. It's not heartfelt. It's not heartwarming. It's not to make us feel special, but that's what it is. In short, that's the simple answer to it.
And Kyle here is perfectly said. It seems it's hard to realize we are not news, but should just keep on being us. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly, I think, what YouTube is pushing, and it might be wrong or right, but they have claimed already before all this happened that they're pushing more authoritative voices more than before. And if you see, that's exactly what's happening. And especially now, they're doing it more than ever because of that. And I brought the analogy of the burning weed field a couple times this week already. It's easier to burn off the whole field instead of trying to pull out a couple of weeds. So that's why the policy is the way it is.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Kyle, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see everybody in here, folks. We're not going to be on for too much longer. If you guys can hit that like button, if you can tweet out, and if you can come back after, whatever you missed, come back and watch it because there's a lot of great info. That's why we want to keep it short so people can come back and watch it. If you can leave an on-topic comment so this gets some legs and gets out to more people, we'd greatly, greatly appreciate it. I don't understand why you need to do videos about it. Well, that's it exactly. You know what? If it was in a normal, sane world, somebody who lost a parent from it or is in isolation could talk a bit about their direct experience and how it's impacting them. YouTube, everybody would be happy with it, but because we always blame them, but I mean, it's our fellow creators. Like some of them just become absolute jackasses, and I'm watching people milking this for all it's worth. YouTube has stated what they want people to do with it. They've even given the hashtags what they want to use. And the funny part is I can see some people that watched it and are using the hashtags included with the actual words that YouTube said not to do. And they're so worried about losing 5 cents on it, but they are losing more about it. That's the sad part. We don't want them pushing more news on here. I didn't want real news channels to be on here. But let's face it, it's an easy way for them to deal with it because they know at least they're going to have to take responsibility and they know where to put the blame. Too many people came on here with too many tinfoil hat ideas and too many false claims and too much of this and that. It ends up all over the papers and in the news. They don't want it. The news lobbied to get more pull in here, and it's our own fellow creators that gave them the edge to do it. They're the ones that gave them the ammunition to say, look what's going on there. Look at the insaneness that they're going on with some of them. You know, they put it right into their hands, so... It's true.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You know, it's unbelievable. I've seen some of them. I've seen. I keep bringing it up because it pissed me off so much. I've seen people using it for live streams, for a network stream. I've seen it, and that is still burning me. What, a week and a half into it, 2 weeks? I'm still angry, but it was the most disgusting thing, most low thing I've seen. That's how people are doing it. That's what gives them the ammunition to do what they're doing to us.
And yes, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be making the videos. Like I was saying to Non-Traditional Life in the chat earlier, you can still record it and save it for later, for the time when people are going to be a little bit a step away from this experience, and to look back at it. Maybe at the end of the year, when we all look back at what year brought to us, it is will be a good time to pick it up again and post it and get those views that maybe you were looking for. Right now, you might feel like you are the only one experiencing what is happening. You are not. I'm sorry, you are not. Everybody is going through the same things in various degrees right now. And, you know, like I said, it is easier to burn the whole field instead of pulling the couple of the weeds out. It might seem unfair, but we have so many other platforms we can talk about with friends about. You can use your FaceTime, you can use a Facebook post in your own private, so to say, a family follow, a friend follow thing if you want to share your experience. This is a public platform. It literally is a public forum, and although it might seem unfair, it is a private company, the same as any other platform out there, that is just trying to save their ass right now. And we are part of it.
Look at the other year. Look what happened with the kids thing and where we're at. It got to the point where I'm not a snowflake. You know, my kids got to see something and everything. But I mean, they had Elsa and Spider-Man doing stuff that, my God, I don't even know if I was old enough to watch it at this point. You know, that's the problem. We hate that we're so controlled now, and music is such a sensitive issue, and they go into copyright so fast. Well, maybe if people hadn't have put Thunderstruck on everything they did back then, if maybe people didn't upload 18 seasons of Law and Order on here and all that stuff, we wouldn't be in the place we are. I'm not saying they didn't clamp down hard on us, and they took advantage of the situation. They basically let the creators ruin it for themselves. And not all of them did it. A lot were doing good stuff, but there was some ones that were doing it, getting away with it, and finally the big companies had their leeway. Look what's happening on here. This is why we got to do what we got to do, and then YouTube has no other choice. Either go along with it, or they're going to be facing a barrage from every large media in the world. So
my Non-Traditional Life says, I only wanted to talk about it originally to get some of the thoughts out and stop fixating on it, which a lot of us do, and it's just a human thing to have.
Definitely.
Talking to the camera, even without posting it, did help me stop fixating. And it's a great way of doing it. It might seem silly to you. Well, I gotta share it because people gotta know. Keep it, edit it, put different videos together, edited throughout the days of you experiencing it, throughout the weeks of you experiencing it, and post it at the end of the year when we all look back, hopefully, at it without being actually in it. It doesn't have to disappear altogether, but there is no reason why you should be, endangering your channel right now. And that's what we're talking about. No matter if it's fair or not, there is going to be life after this, and by doing this now and disobeying YouTube's rules, private company, again, you're ruining your channel for after. Is it worth it? Well, that's for you to decide.
And for us folks, we choose not to touch it at all. You got to understand where we're coming from. We have a bot cam, for God's sakes. Like, that should tell you what we've been having to deal with. And then with YouTube, we've been yellow coined. I mean, we've been having our push shrunken down. We're still getting through it and stuff. That's why I not only don't want the words discussed in here, I don't want the trendy code words for it or abbreviations for it. I don't want any of it in here. We're removing, and I know it's bothered 2 or 3 people, but we got to do it for our channel. We have to be responsible for it. It's just the way it is. We can talk, you can say we're having a hard day, we're still in the house. We don't need the words. Everybody knows what the words are. You'd have to be living in a cave at this point not to know what the words are. That's the thing about it. It's not necessary. It's not important to get your message out. You can still talk without touching on them. That's the thing about it. Context seems to be key to sensitive topics. It is, but with YouTube, the problem is using the word, there's no context seen by YouTube. It's not a gray matter. It's a black and white matter. And with that one that I told you about that just used the Q word that goes with all this, when you're not allowed to go out, that's what happened to that guy's video. He went from 9,000 to the algorithm picking up onto it to the next hour getting 1,000, the next hour getting 500. Basically just stopped his video dead in its tracks. Probably most of the last 1,500 was mostly views from where the notifications were already sent out that weren't rescinded. But there was no more new ones basically going out. He had to take off that word, wait 12 hours, and let it get its steam again, where usually his videos would be going a lot past that. So I'm working on a trip planning video. Guess I will tiptoe around the reasons for postponement. In the end though, folks, you got to understand something. We're giving the information. What you choose to do with your channel, you choose to do with your channel. We're not here telling you not to. We're just telling you why we do what we do and the way we're handling it. So just so you know why and where we're coming from. And I want to share, I was waiting for the right time, and I think tonight was the right time to show those examples. Because we've had 2 or 3 people quite angry with us because we said something.
More than 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, more than 2 or 3 people. Yeah, I'm trying to be, yeah, exactly.
We're not a YouTube police, and we never have been. YouTube has its own community guidelines. It's all rules that we really should be adhering to, because once again, it's a private company, although it is a public forum. So at the end of this, all you do, what you do, our job here, if you wanna call it like that, is to get you informed about these things from valid sources that I'm gonna list down below after, and you can make your own decision on it.
John Kings and Darn said, time for YouTube to just ban trending. Sick of seeing everyone jump on it. I don't think they can do it, but you know what? I'm gonna bring up an example. Remember when Lady Diana passed away? And it started off, of course, they have press conferences. This is a big event, and you get it by the doctors and that. Then you get it by the royal estate representing about it, what they are. And you remember, if you guys were back around then, do you remember then George Clooney did one? And everybody's like, what the hell is he having one for? What is the point of this? That's what it feels like to me a lot when I'm seeing some of the ones jump onto it and putting it up right away. It's like, why is this? Why do you feel you have to talk about this right now? What are you bringing to the table? I don't like what's going on. This is really bad. Well, yeah, it's bad. Do you need to get on and say it? We got it. Just say what you were trying to do with it. You wanted to get seen. You said, oh my God, there's a lot of channels doing this right now. This is a hot topic, so I'm putting it on. Not all are doing it for that. But there are some doing it for you. You can pretty much get a feel right away if that's what they're going to do. And I'm with you on that. I'm so sick. I believe it's good to get on trends when your channel fits into it. I don't know if there's a forest fire, a BC fir, and you're a logging company from BC. Yes, get on and talk about it. Yes, that channel is going to bring something to the table. Yes, that can help your channel as well grow because it falls right in line with what you do. But it's when that fire in BC happens and you have a cooking channel, I don't like the fire, it's bad. I mean, my God almighty, you wonder why YouTube gets fed up of it. And then, like I say, all the conspiracy theories happen and all the promises of all kinds of cure and everything else. They don't want it. They just don't want it on their platform. It's a private company and they don't want to touch it because that just is trouble with a great big capital T, and they don't want any part of it whatsoever. So they just wash their hands and say, we don't want them talking about it. Simple, short, sweet. Unless you're a news agency, most likely your video is not going to get any push for talking about it.
A great question from Jennifer Hayes here, and a reminder for you guys that we have this platform that we can use for good instead of maybe jumping on a trend. What we can do here on YouTube suggests for us to do and actually support us to do is to spread the word to stop the spread. So when you're talking about the emojis that right now are also included in your emoji list down below. All this week we have been using the codes here that I shared with our members earlier this week, but right now you can actually just click on emoji. It's available down below. Those are all associated with things that you can do in order to stop the spread. They are nothing else than that, and that's exactly what they have been a part of.
Look on the news. What if you want to get on something that's trending? Look what people are doing is positive things. They are showing clips, and they're even telling people if you're doing something positive to let them know. CTV, Canadian Television Broadcasting. I heard them do it. They said, if you're doing something like that, let us know. We want to be informed with it. So there's a way you can kind of jump the trend and actually bring something positive. Oh, there we go. We've been on for almost an hour, and we just got a notification that we're on. Thank you, YouTube, for helping us out. Greatly appreciate it.
And use the hashtags that YouTube have prompted you to use, and we have talked about that before. Hashtag stay home, whatever you're using. Hashtag with me. It is a whole movement now that people have been jumping all across the globe. So if you want to help out, you want to share your experience, a positive experience of what you're doing, and that's the way you can do. And actually, YouTube has instructed us to do that. Hashtag stay home, chat, hashtag with me, hashtag stay home, learn, hashtag with me, whenever you are doing that's what you can do to spread the word, to stop the spread. But remember, this is going to be past, but all those things we talked about today will apply still, not even just about the words that we are not talking about in the chat right now, but about any words that are in that list that I'm going to be sharing down below in the description afterwards. It has been happening before, and it will continue happening afterwards. So just get informed.
All right, Xavier, you want to touch quickly on this one?
Oh, yeah. So just a tidbit of interesting information for you. Something very interesting that came as a surface for you. Is we talked about that all the shadow banning thing applies not only to YouTube, but obviously for all social media. Well, Facebook have actually put out, they have had accepted the patent for shadow banning.
Yep.
What?
This is insane.
Yes, this is like the cherry on top of Sunday information. YouTube actually have had their patent put out, and they have had it confirmed in July of 2019, where they actually describe social shadow banning, and you are able to read it right there. I'm going to include that in the description down below afterwards as well, so you can actually read the full text of this patent. But yeah, YouTube has patented shadow banning. Isn't that interesting?
Try that on for size, folks. Try that on for size.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. And you did hear right. Inspired John Bacchus. Yes. That there you go.
Now, as I had mentioned before, all the links, all the information that we talked about today, all of the videos that we referred to before, we are going to be putting down below in the description. And the main thing, the list of those words that you should be looking out for, not only today, but even afterwards, talking even about your daughter, because her name might be triggering you by being banned. We will include that down below after it all processes, and I can edit the description. So come back, leave a comment on topic. What do you think about this? Leave a comment. We want to chat down below as well. And check out the description. Yes,
folks, we're like Xavier said, the timestamp will be there, the material. And if you guys can really help us out, yes, we're feeling the pinch just like you guys. And it's been a moment lately. If you guys can do that tonight on this video, is come back and leave an on-topic comment. You have no idea how much it helps us, more than you'll ever know. And as well, if you haven't hit the like button, please do. It only takes a second. It makes a world of difference. As you can see, after an hour, YouTube just told everybody that we're on. As you can see now, Johnny Pockney is coming in. They patented it, but blocked it straight after, so they couldn't read it.
Yep.
Got it. No fooling you.
That's right. And if you think that somebody else might benefit from this information, please share it out. Send the DM. Share with somebody that you think might benefit from this. Might enjoy what we're talking about here. And come back. We're going to be back again very, very soon. So click that bell.
And if you just joined, please go back with the timestamp and watch over. There's some really good information to keep your channel safe. At least let you make better informed decisions. We actually have proof where we're showing channels that were shadow banned on videos and stuff. You're going to be really surprised by that. Inspired John, you're going to really like that. I'll go back and check that out. You're going to see. Can the Queen of England get shadow banned? Of course. Anybody can.
Anybody can.
Anybody can.
And that's a good topic for another night.
That's right. That's right. That's been lately. You won't know when I'm doing this, but et cetera, et cetera. I've heard of this. I have a friend that lately has been saying, you won't know I'm doing this, but et cetera, et cetera. I've heard of this.
Oh, I guess so. I
feel like I'm going to have to do some sort of... That's right.
Light on Traditional Life, thank you so much for sharing your experience.
Really
we really
oh my God, they dipped it again. Seriously. They've taken like 350 views already. Is it not enough? Is it not enough already? My God. You gotta love them. You gotta love
You
them.
want to go live later on and talk about that?
Yeah, I have a good notion too. They can cut our views if they're screwing around with this, and that's why we have the bot cam. And I'm going to do the same things I did last year when they were screwing with this. I'm just going to start. I'll go on 4 times a day just to piss them off, just to get my numbers that way. So if they want to do it, they're going to be getting a lot more of this mug that they can't stand. So to me, it's not really a good investment in their time or mine. But if need be, I shall do that. We shout out 3 people in my live last night. Yeah. Oh.
I'm sure it's going to come back to the normal very soon, Inspired John. And those 3 people have put their time in it. So. Okay.
Take care, folks. You guys have a fantastic one.
Stay safe.
Yeah.
Stay safe. Stay safe.
Stay safe. Be well. We'll see you soon. And come back, folks. Leave that like. And on topic on that helps us bypass all this garbage, whether it's YouTube or the idiot cam down below. Have a good one, folks. We'll see you soon. Take care.